It was in 2009, after I turned from living in the UK, that I was diagnosed with anxiety. Looking back, I think I'd been suffering for many years before, but I never really understood what was wrong. My choice of lifestyle and the job that I had at the time were definitely contributing factors to the mini breakdown that I had before returning home, just before I was diagnosed. For the last 6 weeks, I've suffered severely from anxiety. It has affected every aspect of my life, including my job and my relationship. I was asked by a friend the other day to describe to her what happens when I'm suffering, and she didn't really understand. A lot of people don't get anxiety, and to be honest, they just can't comprehend why you can't just get over it. I explained to her that every sufferer is different, and we will all experience a range of different symptoms and effects. So the last 6 weeks, I've even struggled to come to work. The weeks have been very blurry, and I've spent most of the time in my head. A lot of changes have happened around me this year, and that really sent me into a downward spiral. I've been dragging my butt out of bed to get to work, and then as soon as the show and work commitments were over, I was going straight home where I felt protected and not judged. So Griffo, my partner, has been amazing, and he's an awesome support, considering that he wouldn't know who he was going to get every day. Some days, I can't stop shaking.
That's all right.
So
take your time. It's all good.
We were both on a roller coaster depending on my level of anxiety for the day. Some days I'd come home with a smile on my face, and every other day I would be sad, angry, or just withdrawn. I drank alcohol almost every night. Numbing the anxiety is what made me feel alive, but then I would wake in the morning and I'd feel 10 times worse. It really is a vicious cycle, and I've struggled to break free. I stopped working out. I ate almost everything in sight. I lost control, and I put on 5 kilos in like 3 or 4 weeks. My brain has been congested with self-doubt and extremely irrational and negative thoughts. I could only see the worst in every situation. I find it hard to talk when I'm in the middle of an episode, and obviously this can be extremely difficult when this is my paid job. I'd have panic attacks in the middle of the show and have to run off to the toilets. I'd overthink almost everything. I wake in the middle of the night replaying conversations over and over in my head. Did I offend this person? What if she hates me? What if he hates me? I'll sometimes lie awake for hours at a night analysing and deconstructing situations or conversations. My tummy is full of knots and I get the runs. Sorry about that. But it's the truth.
Right. While you were barreling out of the studio.
Yeah. My mouth also becomes quite rigid, and I find it really hard to speak, and my cheek starts to tremble. My levels of paranoia, which is probably the worst part about it, skyrocket through the roof, and I completely withdraw. My body just somehow manages to go into autopilot, and I'm still able to perform, drive, walk, work, and even have sex. My mind will race to the point of exhaustion. I come to the wrong conclusions about things, and I suffer in silence as my paranoia is at extreme heights. I'm petrified of dying, and this plays a huge part in my everyday. I will sometimes think about being killed or dying in a car accident more than 20 times a day. These are heavy thoughts. Anxiety affects my life, along with so many other Australians. We need to talk about it more. If you do need help, I ask that you reach out and don't be ashamed, because we're in this together.
Good on your Hides.
All right, mate.
That's all right. It's very brave. And again, Hides, a lot of people will relate to this. I know that we're already getting calls coming in saying people are going through the same thing. And
that's why I want to talk about it. We have this platform, and, you know, it's easy for me to write about it because it's on paper, but that's why I wanted to put it out there for other people to know that they're not alone. And, you know, just because I'm the big, bright, bubbly idiot doesn't mean that, you know,
can't have the same stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Woody.
That's all right.
Hey, the number for Lifeline is 13 11 14 if you wanted to call that. But Hides, good on you, mate. I think it's good to
Thanks,
really
Woods.
good to.
And thanks for holding my paper, Will.
Oh, mate, well, you couldn't bloody do it. You're shaking like
now, do you need
unbelievable.
Do you need to go to the toilet for the runs? Or are you
I do.
Hey,